Hey guys, so today I will be trying this red lobster fish fry. I got it from Walmart. So I'm going to be trying this today for the first time on my salmon. So right here, I just I seasoned my salmon with garlic powder, some slut dust from Slutty Vegan. They're here in Atlanta, so if you've never had it, you could go on their website, or you could go into either their McDonough location or their location in downtown Atlanta. And then I have some lemon pepper, and also I use some regular black pepper. I was going to go ahead and put some Old Bay in it, but I think I'm going to hold off because I don't know if this breading is actually seasoned or not. But I just rather add seasoning to the already fried fish versus trying to, basically eat super salty fish. So I seasoned both sides of my salmon. And then next, what I'm going to go ahead and do is get the breading together, lay it out, and then I'm going to dip each one into the breading. And then the trick is to keeping the breading from basically just falling off into the pan. I'm going to let it sit a little bit with the breading on it, so hopefully it sticks. So yes, I'll be right back. So I am back. I'm gonna start off with the salmon here. I did it off camera, but I actually added like a little dash of hot sauce to it just because we're pescatarian, so I just try to put hot sauce on everything. It just makes me miss chicken, so that's my preference. So to each his own, though. It really doesn't do too much for the salmon itself. It just gives you that taste, that fried, that fried chicken distant memory. So here I am. I just kind of pat the salmon, and I use my hands, y'all. I don't know about you guys, but my family always cooks with their hands. Just make sure they're nice and clean before doing so. And then I'm just going to flip and pat. I don't know if you can see in those little crevices. So I just try to pack it in super tight. And then again, we're going to let this sit. So hopefully it kind of adheres to it and it doesn't just fall off, because I kind of learned that the hard way when I was eating chicken. I would put the flour on it and then I would just put it into the oil right away, and then I noticed that it was all just basically falling off. So I'm going to do the little shake. And the good thing about the fried salmon itself is you don't need to do too much with it. Like, you don't have to get it super coated, because it's still going to give you that crisp. Even if there are pieces that aren't super breaded, it's still going to give you that crispy finish that you are going to be looking for. So I'm just going ahead doing this. Normally I would use one hand for the wet fish and then one hand for the fish in the batter, just so it doesn't get clumpy. But the texture of this is pretty gritty, so it's not really clumping up. But if you were using flour, which I normally use, I would suggest using one hand for the wet and then one hand for the dry. And then I'm going to go ahead in here and flip, even though I kind of already coated that side. And again, you just try to get in any of the crevices. And I'm telling you guys, this is so freaking good. I never even knew that people fried salmon until I tried this place called Tay's Soul Food in Philly. I'm not sure if they're still open, because it was like just a little restaurant in the Somerdale section of the city, if you guys are familiar with Philadelphia. But they used to have these amazing salmon bites, and oh my God, they were so good. But I just didn't know if I could do it on my own. And I tried literally maybe last weekend, and it was a banger. So I figured I'd try it again today, because I want my husband to try it. He's a very picky eater, so I try to find different meals that he likes, so that dinner time is not a struggle. But I'm sure he'll like this. He likes everything I cook. Let me know in the comments if you guys know of anybody who is not like a foodie. Like, I thought everybody was a foodie. My husband is one of those people where it's like he doesn't care to eat. He'll eat good food, but he doesn't like yearn for it. Like, I have to check on him throughout the day. Like, hey, did you eat anything? Because he will sit and eat like Oreos or candy and be like, I'm full for the day. But anywho, back to the salmon. In here trying to get into these crevices. I wouldn't go too hard with the crevices, like as far as like packing the breading into it, because you don't want it to be packed in there and the oil doesn't hit it, because then it'll kind of give you that like soggy taste, and we don't want that. In our last piece, and I didn't even use the whole bag, so if you can see, this is how much is left. So I would also suggest just pouring a little on a plate and doing it that way. That way you don't waste a lot of the batter. I'm going in with the last coating. All right, so I'm gonna shake this off, guys. After this, I'm gonna let them sit for maybe about 5 to 7 minutes, and then I'll get back with you guys when it's time to start frying. Judge me, but I will be using vegetable oil from Kroger, so don't judge me. This is not the healthiest meal. In my cast iron, I normally do like 1 inch, but honestly this pan is so dark I can't tell, so I'm gonna just go. That might either be 1 inch or 1/2 inch, but either way it'll cover half of the salmon. So if you ever want to know if your oil is hot, you can just wet your hand a little bit, flick it in there. If it doesn't bubble, that means it's not ready yet. I'll come back and show you when it actually is hot. Don't mind my little toes. All right, let's test it. Got some water on my hands. I already see some bubbles, so I think we good. But oh, it's bubbling a little bit, so we're getting close. All right, guys. Our oil is hot. See, she's talking to us. All right, here's for the hard part. Here we go. There we go.